Hi, it's Kelly Scott here at Fulton Kettlebells to show you this week's featured movement in the ForeverStrong Finisher, battling ropes. If you've never experimented with battling rope drills, you are missing out on an intense, high-intensity conditioning experience with very little impact on the joints. So anybody can do this. So what I'm going to do is show you, one, the very most basic movement to get a good session with battling ropes, and then I'm going to show you the 4 sequences that we'll be doing here at Fulton Kettlebells. So let's get right into it. Make sure you've got your ropes connected to something secure, and outside is great. Aside from that, the first thing you're going to do is when you pick up the rope handles is you want to get into soft knees, kind of like a quarter squat. Shoulders are down and back. The back is tall, not rounded, not hyperextended. From there, you're going to have just loose ropes, not tension. You're not going to be pulling back and supporting your body weight. And then you're going to start basically riding a horse. Don't let your knees lead this movement. That forward and back motion of the knees can be very hard. So hinge back, sit down into a nice quarter squat, and let the motion of that horse riding create a nice steady wave. You're looking for the ropes to create a rippling effect. There is another movement called a rope slam where you raise the ropes high and slam them down on the floor, and that's not what I'm teaching today. It's a good movement, but it's good to get this drill down first. So here's what it looks like. All right, and when you want to get a little bit more out of that movement, you can just add a jump to it. All right, so for those of you at Fulton Kettlebells who are doing this with us, if this is your first time using the ropes or the drills I'm about to show are too advanced, you can always go back to that standard during the sequence. Let's get into the 4 drills that we'll be using. The first is going to be an alternating kneel. So as you're doing that standard wave, you're going to kneel down on the right, left, back up, right, left, then down, left, right, left, right. If you want to put a pad underneath while you're doing the ropes, that's fine. The floor can be a little hard. So I'm going to get my rope going. Right, left, alternate, left, right. Take your time on this. Good stuff. Next, we're going to show you a side-to-side variation with the ropes. So this time, you're going to keep your feet together, and as you lift, you're going to pull the ropes down to the opposite hip. So I'm going to go over, up, hip, over, up, hip. All right, now you want a little bit more out of that. We're going to start on the hip. We're going to switch sides each time. Great stuff. Keeping with the staggered stance theme for the past 2 weeks, we're going to create a staggered stance on the ropes. Do not underestimate how much more exertion you're going to feel by assuming this position. So I'm in my lunge position, my knee is behind my toe. I've got scooting up so that I still have that nice looseness in the ropes. And the back foot, again, it's a kickstand. Come back to my lunge position, my knees are soft, and this right here, this pulse, that's going to be the area that I'm using the ropes in. My weight is centered between these 2 feet. Last round, you'll switch feet, but for this round, I'll show you how to add a little more oomph to it. If that didn't quite get your heart rate up, this will. Add your little jump. Oh yeah, it's going to be a great week. All right, you can just leave it at that and try the ropes, or you can watch the rest of the video and see how we'll put it all together. Have a great week. it for this week's finisher. So clients, just to keep it simple, keep in mind that every time you rotate stations, it's going to be the same theme at every station. So the instructor is going to make sure round one is going to be your feet together or standard stance. On the ropes, you could just do standard, or the other variation is your up, down, kneeling. At that same station on the jump ropes, it's the standard variation, or you skip it out. Next station is going to be your ladder. Standard variation, feet together. Standard swing at the swing station. Got it? Round two, we're going to switch to our staggered stance variation of everything. So if you're on the ladder, you're going to do the staggered stance hops. If you're on the jump ropes, you're going to do the staggered stance ropes. If you're on the battling ropes, you're going to do the staggered stance battle. And for this one, single stance means single arm on the swings. So if you're at the swing station, rock out those single arm swings. Round three, switch stances. Go through everything again on that side. Round four for everything is going to be your wide or side-to-side stance. Got it? So for the ropes, side to side, right? Other option, side to side. On the ladders, wide, side to side, right? On the jump ropes, wide, side to side, or side to side, right? Swings, alternating each time, hand-to-hand swings. So it's themed, it's all simple, and they're all incredible. So I'm so happy to share it with you. I'll see you guys in the studio. Have a great week.